What is poppin' squad? It's your boy Jesimein. Welcome back to another Outriders video. Today I'm going to give you guys a quick little overview of the legendary weapons and the mods in the game for those who are looking forward to grinding for certain roles. This is going to be a nice list for you to start off with. I do not have every single legendary weapon in the game, but I have a pretty nice collection for people to get an understanding with. So I'm going to do three things. I'm going to say it's going to be high tier, mid tier, or low tier. In my opinion, obviously everybody's different for their playstyles. I'm just giving them my general perspective on all the weapons I've used. So first things first, let's start with I actually can't do this one because I rewrote this. Let's start with Ryrock's Gaze. This is a very popular weapon for those who are using Technomancer with the toxic rounds. It's a rifle that comes with crit damage, status power, and long range damage. Obviously, you're going to need that long range damage and that status power to kind of like work with the multiplier that the toxic rounds give. This is one of the higher tier weapons. I would consider this a high tier weapon. Weakness trap. Shot causes explosions, dealing 37,000. Obviously, that changed. Dealing damage and inflicting weakness to enemies within a 5-meter radius of the target. So this is a really good mod. I think this is one of the higher tier ones. There's a lot of mods that aren't really good, but I consider this one really good. So moving on, we got the Death Shield. It's an automatic shotgun, a weapon life leech, healing, receive close range damage, and its mod is Fortress. Receive up to 43% damage bonus based on your armor. So those people who are running very high armor builds, this is going to be a really good shotgun for you. I consider this a high tier as well. Moving on to Blightbear. Actually, I think, oh no, okay, we're good. This is another rifle, comes with armor pierce, status power, and long range damage. Its mod is Burst of Decay. Critical shots cause explosions that inflict toxin on enemies within a 5-meter radius. I would consider this a low tier one because it's not one of the better rifles. Yes, its damage is really good, but I think it kind of gets outclassed by Ryrock's, and the fact that you can put on toxin damage or toxin rounds to kind of do that work for you. Burst of Decay is really not that good, especially the fact that rifles do so much damage. It's very rare that you're going to be catching people in groups anyway, so it doesn't matter since rifles do crazy amounts of damage even after the nerf. So moving forward, we have Twisted Mercy. This comes with crit damage, healing, receive, and close range damage. Another rifle. This also comes with a nice little third tier talent. I'll say this is about mid tier. Ultimate vulnerability bullets. Shots inflict vulnerable on enemies. The only reason I'll consider this like a mid tier is because vulnerable is really easy to run on, especially on the classes on Technomancers. The fact that you can like freeze the whole map and give them vulnerable, and as well as with Toxic, it's not that important to have. There's better mods in this slot. So, but I mean, vulnerability is really good if you're running that kind of build. I just wouldn't think it's really that good for like a sniper rifle. So moving forward, we have the Migraine. This comes with crit damage, skills, life leech, and close range damage. It comes with bombs ahead. Killing shots turn enemy into anomaly bomb, causing 200,000 damage. I consider this a low tier. The submachine gun kind of sucks. I don't know why it's underwhelming in this, but the killing shots for turn into anomaly bomb, there's better skills that give you that much damage per bullet, let alone having a kill shot for it. So I consider this a low tier role or a low tier mod and weapon. Going to the actual Damascus offering, you will get crit damage, status power, skills, life leech, and you have Claymore Torrent. Shots damage 4 enemies within a 6-meter radius with anomaly blades, dealing 98,000 damage. So I tried to do this, but a 4-second timer, even though it is a light machine gun, I don't really like it. I'll consider this a low tier as well, and as just because Claymore Torrent just takes too long to proc. I feel like if you're a legendary talent, you should be proccing every second if they want to actually make it that strong. You can do there's a lot of options outside of waiting 4 seconds to proc something, so I'll give that a low tier. Moving on to Heir of the Desert. Actually, I can't do this one because I rewrote this, but this is armor pierce, status power, and skills life leech. The original talent that comes with it is Sandstorm. Basically, you shoot them and like a little tornado comes and it does damage. I consider that low tier, but I feel like the assault rifle itself is really good. So it's kind of, I'll say mid tier for that, for the people who probably have this. Moving forward to Inferno Seed, you get crit damage, status power, and long range damage. You get Wrath of Moloch. Critical hits cause an explosion, dealing 161,000 damage and inflicting burn on enemies with a 5-meter radius. I'll consider this high tier. I've seen some crazy pyro builds with this, and the reason is because since it is an assault rifle, you get a lot of crits, and even though it is a 3-second timer, the amount of crits that you get with the AR, it kind of balances out, and you feel like you always have the uptime, and it's always good because it inflicts a status effect as well as damaging everything around it. So, and you can see it really comes with Brain Eater, which is really cool because critical shots do not consume ammo, so high crits are really, really good with this build. If you're really lucky, then it works out. So I'll give this a high tier. Moving forward to the Wicker. This is a armor pierce, status power, and skill life leech. Comes the ultimate ashen bullets. Now, I don't really have an opinion on this one. I haven't used it too much. For those who are pyro mains, I don't know if you guys really like the idea of getting ash per bullet. I don't I don't really see Ashe as that good. From when I actually tried playing with Pyro, Ashe like it only lasts like 2 seconds, so it really didn't CC the way I wanted to. Maybe if there's a different ability that or a different thing that Ashe did, it'll be really good. But the submachine gun itself is pretty good, has a lot of firepower, but I would say the mod is subpar, so that'll balance it out to mid tier for me. Moving to the Landlubber, you get crit damage, skills, life leads, and long range damage. It's a sniper rifle. You get legendary minefield, critical shots spawn explosives around your target, each dealing 64,000 damage in 5 meter radius. I consider this low tier, and I don't even like this rifle, so this is low tier all around. The rifle doesn't do enough damage for me, as well as legendary minefield just isn't that good because you got to wait critical shot. You got to get critical hits, and you got to wait 3 seconds. I don't like that. Funeral Pyre, crit damage, healing received, close range damage. You get Shadow Comment, shots called down, and Comment dealing 200,000 damage to enemies with 3.5 meter radius. I like this skill. I've used it to like kind of like wipe out mods, and it's because it's a shotgun. It's close range damage is pretty good. I just didn't see the best capabilities that you could probably run in this, so maybe I'll keep this mid to low tier. I don't know. You guys let me know what you guys think in the comments. I don't really have a really good need to have a comment coming down every 3 seconds when I can just get raw damage. You know what I'm saying? So here we go. We got the Juggler. This is high tier, and I'm gonna tell you why. So armor pierce, skills, life leech, and close range damage. Its third tier is one of the best in the game. I feel overall for like cheesing. The first shot after a reload becomes an anomaly projectile, dealing 226,000 damage in a 5 meter radius. Has a 1 second cooldown. Basically, what makes this OP is the fact that every time you shoot your first bullet, it shoots a freaking grenade that explodes, but you can reload immediately after that and shoot that same grenade over and over and over and over and deal that 200,000 damage nonstop, and kind of make it feel like it's a kind of a sniper rifle. Even with a 1.5 second reload, it's still really good. And you also get a killing shot that explodes explosives around your target. That's not too good, but it's just scrap grenade is one of the best mods for weapons in the game if you just need some emergency DPS. I don't care what build you're running, it gives you set damage, which makes it really, really strong. Moving on to oh, actually, I don't have it this one because I actually rolled scrap grenade on this because I wanted is a single shot weapon. I was trying that, so I don't have I forgot what the mod is for that. Going to Mind Mugger, we have an anomaly mutation. Shots on enemies affected by any status condition multiplicates it and mutates it into a different one. I consider this high tier if you roll the anomaly mutation onto a fast firing weapon. It sucks on sniper rifles, not worth having. But if you roll this onto a pistol, roll this onto a submachine gun with a fast fire rate, it becomes super strong when you're stacking up CC and status effects. So definitely high tier mod, low tier weapon. We have shell rods. I don't know how to say that word. Accessorants. Crit damage, status power, skills, life leech, ultimate burning bullets, shots inflict burn damage on enemies. 1 second cooldown. I consider this high tier. Burn is really good. And pretty much any burning bullets or any toxic bullets, anything that's ultimate is going to be a high tier because it's free status effect just by shooting. You can't beat that. Moving to Grim Merrell, it's a light machine gun with crit damage, skill, life leads, close range damage, and its mod is Singularity. Killing shots create an anomaly. When destroyed, a Singularity explodes, dealing 40,000 damage to enemies in a 6.5 meter radius with a 6 second cooldown. Horrible. Trash. Trash, trash, trash. Weak weapon. I don't like it. Super trash. Master Tool. We have it's another another interesting one. I guess it's more utility if you want to look at it. It has really good damage. It's just Dome of Protection is kind of like it's kind of trash when you have a class that does it for you. So Dome Protection, killing shot, summon a bullet stopping dome for 5 seconds. Pretty much it's like your Trickster's like little field where you can slow bullets. It's okay if you're not running Trickster, but I wouldn't recommend it. So I'll give it mid tier. We have the Icarus automatic sniper rifle. It's crit damage, healing receive, long range damage. Ultimate anomaly surge. Critical shot spawn anomaly energy blast that deals 80,000 damage in a 2 meter radius. That's really good if you have high crits. It does give you a nice little explosion. The damage is okay for an automatic rifle, but I'll give it mid tier. We have the Anemi. I don't know how you say this. You get armor piercing, healing receive, close range damage. You get moaning winds. Reloading creates a strong blast around you, dealing 387,000 damage to enemies in a range of 8 meters. So the gun itself sucks, but you do a lot of damage with this reload. If they were to lower the amount of time it takes, it'd probably be kind of cheesy, but it is really strong for people who run with shotguns. I would definitely roll that as a second talent on a shotgun because you're going to be up close reloading. And you know, you can do some crazy damage. I mean, 300, almost 400,000 damage just for reloading everybody around you is really good for Devastator. So I'll give that a high class, high tier mod, but low tier weapon. We have the Voodoo Matchmaker. Weapon life leech healing receive close range damage. This comes with ultimate damage link. Shots link up to 4 enemies, sharing 40% of the weapon damage dealt and 20% of the knowledge damage. This is trash. I don't like it. Try it in every situation. It's just not that good with mobs. Doesn't do enough damage. If the weapon itself did more damage, it would be worth it, but it doesn't. Moving on to the Spirit Hunter, bolt action rifle, armor pierce, status power, long range damage, ultimate bone, shrapnel. Critical shots detonate the enemy's bones and turn them into shrapnel that deals 20,000 damage and inflicts bleed on enemies within a 5-meter radius. Not bad. It's once again dealing crits with snipers that have scopes isn't too fun. So I'm gonna just give this a low tier. Bleed isn't really that good. Needs a buff. Not a fan of it. Moving forward to Anomaly Effigy. It's a, I forgot, this is a shotgun that gets crit damage, status power, close range damage, concentration blast. Killing shots cause enemies to explode, dealing 11,000 damage multiplied by the maximum number of enemies within a 5-meter radius around the original target. Low tier, don't even worry about it, not that good. I already have the master tool. The Guillotine is a shotgun with crit damage, skills, life leech, and status power. This comes with radiation splash. Reloading causes a small explosion that deals vulnerable 12,000 damage to enemies within a 5-meter radius. Not good at all. There's better reload abilities. Low tier for me. Fatal Symbiont, armor pierce, status power, close range SMG. Dark Sacrifice, one of the strongest talents in the game. This is a high tier for sure. During combat, your weapon drains up to 50% of your max health in exchange for 75% weapon damage bonus. So easy call, easy damage, definitely high tier. We have Roaring Umbra. That's a light machine gun with armor pierce, status power, and close range damage. It comes with kinetic stomp. Shots create a seismic shock around you, dealing 23,000 damage in a 5-meter radius. Not good at all. Low tier. The Reaper is a light machine gun with armor piercing, healing, receive close range damage. Has ultimate weakening bullets, which is really good. Like I said, all the bullet mods I'm going to consider high tier because it's free status effect every second. I'm going to give that a high tier. Moving towards the Imploder, it's a double gun. It's a weapon life leech healing receive close range, deadly disturbance. Critical shots activate unstable anomaly effect in your enemy, causing him to explode, dealing 200,000 damage to enemies within a 5-meter radius. It's decent. Give it a. The gun itself is okay. I'm gonna give that a mid tier. Already did Icarus. Enoch's Blessing. We have it's a shotgun that I'm not really a fan of. Killing shots create a blast that restores 30% of max health to players. If it did more damage and it felt better to use, it would be a really good support gun. But teammates don't necessarily hug each other as much in this, so I don't really see no use for it. I'll give it mid tier just because it's one of the only healing abilities in the game for weapons, but still mid tier because nobody's really gonna use it. The High Roller is a pump action shotgun. Armor pierce healing receive close range damage. Embalmer's Rage for 5 seconds after a killing shot. All shots will be critical shots. High tier, super strong when you run it with some builds. If you do a lot of damage, you get some free crits that kind of gets the chain effect, especially because it's a 4-second. It's a 4-second cooldown and it's 5 seconds after the killing shot, so it's really, really good. Lucky Jinx is another double gun. Crit damage, skill, life leads, long range damage, toxic bullets, no brainer. Once again, high tier. We have Time Ripper. It's an assault rifle. Looks really cool. It looks kind of crazy. Crit damage, status power, close range damage. Ultimate Stiffening. This is a free slow motion gun. I love this gun. It's really fun to use. I'll give this a high tier as well. And this is a really strong one, the DeMaio. If you run this in a certain way, I'll explain why. This comes with Ultimate Storm Whip. Shots bring down an enemy. Lightning on enemy, it deals 74,000 damage. So every time you shoot that, you get that lightning. It's good damage. And if you mix it with the fast reload thing, like you see right here, Grand Opening, probably one of the strongest skills in the game. Landing a hit with the first bullet in the magazine creates a powerful explosion, dealing 258,000 damage in a 5-meter radius, 1 second. So it's one of those shoot and reload, and constantly do damage, except you don't have to worry about it spreading because it's a direct shot. So that's pretty much it for the guns, you guys. Let me know what you guys think below. Let me know what your favorite weapon is. What do you think is the strongest? Let me know. So it's been real. I love y'all. Your boy is out.